A while ago I made a couple of boxes to house my batteries, my AA and AAA batteries. This Christmas, however, with the addition of more AA batteries, rechargeable batteries, the box is a little small, so I decided to make myself another one. I decided to use an old piece of cladding that was lying around in my shed. I started by cutting off the tongue and groove from the piece of cladding and then cut a strip 60mm wide. Over to the miter saw, and I cut one end of the cladding to an angle of 45 degrees. I cut the two sides of my box to a length of 220mm, using a stop block to make sure both sides were exactly the same size. I cut the two ends of the box to 70mm wide, again using a stop block to make sure they were both exactly the same size. Over to the table saw now, and I cut a slot about 3mm deep and 2mm from the edge. On the two sides and one end, I cut another slot about 5mm from the edge for the lid of the box. Final end I cut all the way through. Partially assembled the box so I could mark out the correct width of the bottom and the lid of the box I was making. Over the table saw and I cut to size. I partially assembled the box again and marked out the length of the bottom of the box. Cutting to size on the miter saw. I then glued the bottom and sides in place. Clamping the assembly and leaving to dry. I cut some slots in each side just to make it look a little neater. I then inserted the lid and cut to size. I marked out one end of the lid to find the centre and then drilled a small hole to make it easier to open and close. I finished the box with a coat of sanding sealer and 2 coats of Danish oil.